Good morning, YouTube. It's Tuesday morning. It's Sarah, Less of Sarah, making a video today on my diet plan. I do get a lot of questions and inboxes from people about what I'm eating, what I'm not eating, how much I'm eating, all that stuff. And so I'm going to make a more detailed video about that today. Before that, I also wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind for a while, and that's how to determine what the right plan for you is, as far as calories, food intake, protein, all that stuff. This might be a long one, so I may end up splitting it into two videos. We'll see. But I wanted to start off with talking about surgeons and nutritionists and all that stuff. Along the same lines as this topic, there's a great video that Diminishing Dawn did this week, talking about not blindly trusting the advice of your surgeon or nutritionist or dietitian. And Dawn's about, I think, 6 years out from RNY, and she's doing a great series on what she's learned from weight loss surgery. And this was one of the parts, and it's a great video. I'm going to link it below in the description in case you want to watch it. I definitely recommend it. And part of what I wanted to talk about is very similar. I don't want this to come off like I am bashing people's surgeons or their nutritionists or dietitians or their programs. That's not really what it's about, but it's more just about making people aware of the fact that there are so many different programs out there, so many different opinions, so many different surgeons, different plans, and it can be really confusing. And I know for myself that I've seen people posting on YouTube, people posting on message boards, that either their doctor really didn't give them a solid plan, or their doctor is giving them a plan that seems impossible to follow, or a plan that seems destined to fail, to be honest. And I just think it's really important to do your research. I know that for me, even though I'm only 2.5 months out from surgery, I've been researching for probably about 2 years. That's just my personality. I do my research before I make a decision, and I need to be informed and educated about what I'm doing, especially when it comes to my body. And that's something that we need to all remember, is it's your health, it's your body, it's your life at stake. And so even if you have the world's greatest surgeon, one plan doesn't fit everyone. And so the best thing that you can do for yourself is to take your doctor's plan and then do your research. Watch other people's videos, read internet forums, read weight loss surgery blogs. Research as much as you can and find out what other people are doing, and decide for yourself if you want to modify the plan that you're on. As an example, my surgeon recommends a 600 to 800 calorie plan throughout the entirety of weight loss. No upping your calories. No, 600 to 800 the entire weight loss phase until you get to maintenance. And at that point, obviously, your body is going to dictate what your maintenance level is. I know there are surgeons out there who recommend 1,000, 1,200, 1,400 calories a day. I'm not saying that you can't lose weight on those plans, but from my research and from my knowledge of how weight loss works, it's not as likely. So if you're on a 1,000 calorie plan and you're losing at a pace that you're happy with, then that's great, and stick to that plan. That plan's not going to work for everyone, though, I don't think. And I know for me it wouldn't, for sure. If you're not happy with your plan, you're not happy with your weight loss, you can change it. You can always experiment. It's, 10, 20, 30 days out of your life. It's not going to totally screw your plan over. If you decide you're on 1,000 or 1,200 calories and your weight loss isn't where you'd like it to be, drop your calories to 600 to 800 for a week or two. See what happens. The worst thing that can happen is there's no change. The best thing that can happen is your weight loss improves and you decide to stick to that, to see things through. I would never recommend my plan to anyone else. And the only reason that I'm going to be sharing it today is because, again, I think the more information and knowledge that we have out there, the more that you know about other people's journeys, the easier it is for you to determine what parts you want to take from where and put them together into a plan that's going to work for you. I know for me, I am basically following my surgeon's plan. Like I said, his plan is 600 to 800 calories a day, 60 plus grams of protein, 64 ounces or more of liquids, very low fat, low carbs. I personally don't really track fat, but I will talk about that later on. I just don't like to see people put into a situation where it seems like they're destined to fail, and the only person that they're going to blame is themselves, because that's what we do. That's what we do when we fail on every other diet. We blame ourselves. We don't blame the crazy diet that doesn't make any sense. We blame ourselves, and that's what everybody does. And I hate to see people in this community beating themselves up because their surgeon, or generally speaking, to be honest, their nutrition or dietitian is giving them a plan that isn't set up for them to succeed. I think something that's hard to do but necessary is to understand that you're not normal. You're not average. That's something that we all strive to get to. I mean, that's why we had surgery. We're all striving to be normal, to be able to eat normally, but we're not normal. We're overweight, we're obese, we're morbidly obese, we're super morbidly obese. We needed surgery to help us to change our eating habits. And we have 50, 100, 200, 300 pounds of excess weight to lose. So we cannot eat like normal average people. When you have nutritionists and dietitians out there who simply throw out, you need to be on 1,200 calories because that's what they've been taught is the minimum number of calories that are required for the average person, and they're not taking into account that you are a bariatric patient and that the whole aim is for you to lose weight quickly and efficiently and within the time that your tool is giving you. We all have to remember that when you have, I won't speak about DS because I don't know as much about it physically, but when you have an RNY or you have a VSG, there is a honeymoon period. There is a time when your weight loss potential is maximized. With a VSG, it's, probably 6 months to a year. With an RNY, it's, maybe a year to 18 months when that malabsorption is really working. It stops working after a certain point, so you need to take advantage when you can. VSG, same thing. Your restriction, you will have less as time goes on. So you need to put the pedal to the metal at the beginning of your journey to get as far as you can. And on a 1,200 calorie diet, just personal observation, I don't know that that's going to happen, to be totally honest. A lot of people will say, how can you survive on 600 calories a day? I'm fat. I don't know how else to put it. I'm morbidly obese. I have a lot of excess fat that needs to be burned. And there is an order to the way your body burns fat. So you will burn carbs first. So your body will go and look for carbs, that quick energy to burn first. Only when that is satisfied and when the other calories that you've taken in are satisfied, that quick energy, that's when your body is going to go and start burning your stored fat. So the more calories you take in, the less fat you're likely going to burn. It's just a mathematical equation, right? I know that there are people out there that will say, I'm on a 1,200 calorie diet and I'm losing just fine. That's certainly possible. The number of calories you eat also isn't the only factor. If you eat 1,200 calories of pure protein, vegetables, nothing else, you're probably going to lose faster than someone who eats 1,200 calories made up of any old thing. Strange? Seems impossible because we all know calories in, calories out is how it works, but I know that to be the case from, lots of people's journeys. But if you're losing on 1,200 calories and it works for you, there's no reason to change. If it's not, you may want to consider just doing something a little bit different. For me, I wouldn't lose on 1,200 calories. I know that I wouldn't. And I'm not going to lose another 170 pounds on 1,200 calories or whatever it is. I know I need to stick to my surgeon's plan to be successful. And again, I'm just encouraging you to do your research and to understand how your body works and what's going to work for you, and experiment if you need to. But take advantage of the time that you have at the beginning of this journey, when you have this incredible restriction, when you have the malabsorption, when your tool is working its hardest for you. Make sure that you are setting it up for success. Anyway, I'm at 11 minutes in this video, so I'm going to shush, and I'm going to do a part 2 talking about my own diet and that sort of stuff. So I'll be right back.